Okay, I'm at the downtown library, and I just want to stay here because I hate being stuck in rush hour traffic, and I'd just rather sit here and wait and then get in regular traffic going home. So they close at 6, so I'm just going to be here. So I just wanted to do this update for court today, and I got my notes here. So so today was the hearing. We were supposed to have an hour and a half hearing for the phone calls, because he wants my phone calls suspended, and she suspended them pending the hearing, today's hearing. And since he asked for the phone calls to be stopped, he's also asked for my visits to be stopped. So I'm really glad. Okay, so they're connected. So she's like, well, we should hear them together. So we were going to go set a hearing. We're going to go for the motion hearing to set a date to hear the motion to stop the visits. So we were going to go August 7th, but now we're taking August 7th off the calendar, and we're going on August 17th to hear about the phone calls and the visits. And I took some eggs. I told my court-ordered appointee attorney, Willis Jones, who I still am not crazy about, but I think he's better than me going by myself, as long as he does what I tell him to do. So I had 3 chicken eggs, regular chicken eggs, and then I had 2 big ones, because this morning there were 2. Well, there's 2 eggs. There was one that looks like a double yolker. That means 5 double yolk eggs this week. And but I only had that one from the other day that I saved to send it to Laura, and then I got one this morning. So there's 3 regular size eggs and 2 big, giant double yolkers. And I put them in an egg carton. I had a cardboard egg carton, and I pushed how the stuff goes. The lid has the part that goes down. I pushed that up to make room for these giant eggs. And I told my lawyer, I said, I wanted to send these with Sanan. And he said, oh, you want me to give them to him? Yeah. And Sanani's like, oh, he acted like he was happy to get these eggs to take to Laura, and that made me really happy. So, So the DCS lawyer was there, Chris Carlton, who I don't like, Guardian ad litem, I don't like, Charlene Pye-Mack. She was actually pretty nice today. After the hearing, I know she's been talking to Delara's dad. So today she talked to me. I mean, my lawyer said, would you talk to the Guardian ad litem? Would you mind with us talking to her? I'm like, yeah, let's do that. So we talked a little bit after the hearing, but at the hearing, it was past 3. It was scheduled for 3, but it was late. And DCS lady said that since there's an open DCS case, that Delara's dad could get an attorney. So he filled out the affidavit. The judge says, "Oh, can you not afford an attorney?" And he says, "No, I've already spent a fortune. I can't afford." So, and nobody wants people to not have attorneys if they can get them. So he did an affidavit of indigency, and he said he made $500 a week, which that's okay. That's okay. He wants to say he makes $500 a week, self-employed, and he's like, well, I'm self-employed, so it varies or whatever. So that's what he put down. And the judge appointed him an attorney, and the court officer's like, well, there's 2, lawyers, and DCS lawyers, or 2 court-appointed lawyers, but they were in a different court. So we waited and waited and waited, and then got one. And what's her name? I'm not going to find what her name is. So I'm glad he's got a lawyer. That's going to make things easier for everybody. And Susan Maynor, I think, just a woman lawyer. And she said, I'll take the case, but I can't stay. And because she had to be somewhere at 5:15. And so we're going to go back on the 17th. We're not going on the 7th to set a date. We're going on the 17th. I think it's at 3 o'clock again. And she says, I'm going to hear everything in an hour and a half. That's all the time you got. And so we've got DCS, we've got Guardian Ad Litem, we got me, and we got Dolores Dad. So, but yeah, I'll talk about the Guardian Ad Litem in a minute. So, so we're going on the 17th to hear about the phone calls and the visits. We're just going to consolidate them, which is better than waiting. Oh, shh. We didn't. I said, because I said, we've got all these motions to be heard, and I said, what I said was, we're already set for October 23rd, and if we're going to hear all this stuff, we need more than 3.5 hours or whatever that we're scheduled for on the 23rd. And the judge says, yeah, I think you're right. And then they said, well, school's fixing to start, and we need to get this, heard sooner. So they had August 17th. So we're going to go in for that. And Delara will have been in school. School starts the 7th. So that's when. So today I'm still not having visits. Oh, and the mediation. I do have mediation scheduled for the 10th, August 10th at noon. And Dolores Dad's. We brought that up, and Dolores Dad's like, well, Your Honor, we did mediation at the beginning of this, and it didn't do any good, and I don't think it's going to do any good this time. Will it make me look bad if I don't go? And the judge says, yeah, it'll make you look bad, and you might as well just go ahead and go and, show that you put forth an effort. Yes. So pray. I'm going to do another video in a second. This is the court update, and then I'm going to do another one in a minute. But if we... On August 7th, August 10th, when we go to mediation, all this could be over. If we get an agreed order, we can get all these people out of our life. And DCS would go away pretty quick, too. They'd close the case. Because if there's not conflict between me and Delara, and if she's getting her needs met, we don't need DCS. It's just, it's going to be in everybody's best interest to just get out of our lives. So we'll see what happens on the 10th. And I'm going to be hopeful, not too hopeful, but it would be so good. And it would save the state so much money, because if he's got it's going to be, they wouldn't give him a court-appointed lawyer for just a custody thing, but if they end up putting Delara in foster care, which they brought up that possibility, and they wouldn't have to. If we worked things out, she wouldn't. There's nobody would put her in foster care. And I think that would be. I think it'd be better for her to not go to foster care. I think it's better for her to have both parents in her life. So So after the hearing, the Guardian Ad Litem, we went out in the hall, and her position was, she thinks Delara's dad wanted to stop the visits. And the judge said, and the Guardian Ad Litem was like, well, pending the August 17th, do we have to comply with the court orders that are in place? And she said yes. And so I've got a feeling he's going to bite the bullet and go ahead and set supervised visits again. And I really think it's in Delara's best interest to have the same visitation supervisor she's been having, because I think it'll upset her, because she didn't like it. We've had 4 visits with Angela, and the first visit, Delara was not happy to see somebody new there. I'm going to pause this and make a phone call right now. Okay, they made me leave the courtyard, because they closed the courtyard at 5:30. Now I don't know if there's one. I'm in the lobby of the library. Okay, so I wanted to say that Let's go through the list here. Okay, so he didn't want to go to mediation, but he's going to on the 10th. There is it says there is a psych eval scheduled for Delara. I didn't get details on that. They're complaining, the DCS was complaining because I did that emergency